I was hesitant to tell this story for a long time. It's because many people dismiss it as a teen fairy tale or just another legend that gets more embellished with each retelling. But I was there. I saw things that are impossible to explain. And even now, years later, when I close my eyes, the corridors of that damned hospital appear before me again and again. The city where I was born is small. Near it, almost at the edge of town, stood the massive building of a former psychiatric clinic. During the Soviet era, it was one of the largest psychiatric hospitals in the region. They not only housed patients with severe mental disorders, but, as people rumored, political prisoners as well. It was closed in the early 90s, first due to a lack of funding, and then because of a fire in one of the wards that killed several patients. The building gradually became deserted, the windows were boarded up, and the grounds became overgrown with grass and bushes. But local teenagers couldn't resist. We always heard legends about ghosts of the patients, screams in the night, and dark figures in the windows. At first, we went there just for the thrill. We'd go during the day with flashlights. Inside, we'd find peeling paint on the walls, rusty beds, and abandoned wheelchairs. Patient files were scattered all over the floor. I held some of them myself, with photos, diagnoses, and blue stamps. Adults later explained that it was all left behind after a chaotic evacuation, but to us teenagers, it was a terrifying sight. But as the years passed, we started hearing things that couldn't be so easily explained. My neighbor, Selyoga, once snuck in there with a group of friends one night. They swore they heard women screaming. It wasn't just an echo or the wind. They were distinct screams that echoed right through the corridors. They ran away in a panic, even leaving behind their backpack and flashlights. A couple of weeks later, Seryoga had changed a lot. He became nervous and slept poorly. One day he confessed to me that he sometimes woke up at night and saw the silhouette of a woman in a hospital gown standing by his bed. I thought he was just delirious. But a month later, he moved to another city to live with relatives, and we never spoke again. The local elders loved to say, "That hospital isn't empty. The people who never found peace still live there." Some claimed they heard voices when they walked past in the evening. One time, my dad told me a story that I took as just a horror tale back then. In the late 80s, he worked as an electrician and was sent to fix the wiring in one of the wards. As he walked down a long corridor, he felt as if someone was walking behind him, but when he turned around, no one was there. When he came out, a hospital orderly told him, "You're lucky. The silent patient sometimes walks here. He appears and disappears, and no one knows who he is." My father said this without a smile, and it sent a chill down my spine. The scariest part began in 2004, when we decided to sneak in there at night. There were 5 of us, me, my friend Andre, 2 of his acquaintances, and a girl named Lena. We had flashlights and even a camera. We wanted to film a ghost video. At first, everything was normal. Empty wards, peeling tiles, graffiti on the walls. But on the 3rd floor, we found something strange. A white chalk circle was drawn on the floor, and inside were what looked like symbols, some kind of unknown signs. In the center lay an old photograph, a woman in a hospital gown, her face burned or scratched out. Lena started crying and said we needed to leave, but Andre just laughed. It's just some local Satanists, it's nothing." And that's when we heard a sound. It was like someone was rolling a metal chair down the corridor. It scraped against the tiles. We froze. Our flashlights shone ahead, but no one was there. The sound just kept getting closer. Andre yelled, "Who's there?" And then the lights went out. All the flashlights went out at the same time. I'll never forget that darkness. It felt alive. Someone was whispering in it, right next to my ear. Lena screamed. One of the guys took off running. We tried to turn on our flashlights, and suddenly Andre's came on. In the beam of light, we saw a wheelchair standing about 5 meters from us. It was turned towards us, even though it hadn't been there a second ago. We rushed downstairs, running down the stairs, stumbling and falling. When we got outside, we noticed Lena wasn't with us. We went back, yelling her name. We found her on the second floor. She was standing against a wall, facing the plaster, muttering something to herself. When we touched her, she spun around suddenly. Her eyes, they were white and rolled back. She screamed so loud my blood ran cold. We had to drag her out almost by force. She was fighting us, scratching. She only came to her senses outside, but she couldn't remember anything. After that night, we never went back there again. But the most terrifying thing happened later. A week after that night, Andre called me. His voice was trembling. "It came from me. The chair. It's standing by my bed." The next day, he didn't answer his phone. His mother said he moved to another city. But I don't believe it. He just disappeared. Lena moved away. They say she was in psychiatric treatment for a long time. Now the building has completely fallen apart. They tried to demolish it, but the machinery kept breaking down. An excavator stalled 3 times as soon as it got close to the ward. The workers refused to go near it. Then the ground collapsed as if there was a void beneath it. Now the area is overgrown with bushes, but people still go out of their way to avoid it, even during the day. And if you drive past it at night, you can sometimes see a light in the windows. I swear all of this really happened. I still have the tape from that night. The quality is terrible, but in the last few frames, right before the flashlight went out, you can make out a silhouette. It was sitting in the chair, looking right at us. And you know what's the most chilling part? Sometimes I think it's still watching.